Okay, so now let's discuss rounding off the numbers to the nearest thousands, and similarly to the nearest tens and similar to the nearest hundreds. The concept, the same concept would be applied here also. The nearest thousands means the closest number which is multiple of thousands, Now, you know that a multiple of thousands are zero, then is thousand, then we have 2000, and then we have 3000, and so on. That is the numbers which are multiples of thousands. So 500 is not a multiple of thousands, 100 is not a multiples of thousand, 200 is not the multiple of thousands. So let's take an example. An example is, suppose you're given a number 499. Same concept. Like if you haven't watched the previous videos, then do watch it. For the tens and for the hundreds, and same concept would be applied here. And suppose you're given a number 499 and you're asked to round it off to the nearest thousands. The first step would be draw your number scale. Suppose number scale is here. Now tell me which are the two closest multiples of thousands to number 499. Of course, the first one is 0 and the next one is 1000, right? These are the two closest multiples of thousands to the number 499, and somewhere in between would come 450. Now your number is 499. Sorry, it's not 450. One sec, it is 500, and your number is 499, and suppose your number comes somewhere here. This is 499. Now you are being asked for this number to round it off to the nearest thousand. Now you tell me, is 499 nearer to 0, or is it nearer to 1000? Of course, it is nearer to 0, right? This is 0. This was a center line 500, and it comes much closer to 0. Therefore, the nearest number, if you round it off to the nearest thousands, then the answer would be 0. Okay, what if you were asked for 500? Same concept, that if your number comes in between the two range that is being given here, like 0 and 1000, if you have the number 500, or any number which comes exactly in between the two closest multiples of tens, thousands, or whatever it is, then it will always go for the next one. Like in this case, 500 is as closer to 0 as it is closer to 1000, but you will not go for the 0 one, you will always look for the next one. This is 1000. Okay, so if you ask for the 500, then in case of 500 your answer will be 1000. Let us take one more example. Suppose you are asked for the number say 2078, or 2000 and say 2700. So this was your number, and you have to round it off to the nearest thousand. Now tell me, what are the two closest multiples of 1000 to this particular number? Of course, you will say that the nearest two multiples of thousands in this case are, the first one is 2000 and the next one is 3000, right? So these are the two multiples of 1000 which are closest to 2700. Now in somewhere in between would come, what would be the center of this? 2500. Okay, but this is not the multiple of 1000, so this is not multiple of 1000. Now your number is 2700, so your number would come somewhere here. Say it comes here, 2700. Now you tell me, 2700, is it closer to 2000 or is it closer to 3000? Of course you would say that it is much the nearest multiple of 1000 to 2700 is 3000. Therefore if you round it off, if you round off this number 2700, you will get this 3000. And suppose you were asked for 2500, and then same concept, that it is, I mean, it is closer to 0 and it is also closer to 3000. They are equally closer, but you'll always look for the, you'll always look for the next one. You'll always look for the next one. Therefore, suppose you were asked to round off 2500 in terms of to the nearest thousands, then the answer would be 3000.